It's me, Bobby Brown.
Hey, what's up? I'm Kelly Rowland.
Hi, this is Chelsea Clinton, and you're listening to me on That Total Mom Session.
Diwali is a time to celebrate joy over sadness and light over darkness. And though the world is undergoing really turbulent times, the fact that we all are making it a point to gather today for this very special Diwali ball has given us a glimmer of hope. Listen in to the interviews I do with the guests, many of whom are mothers and parents.
So the main host, Anjula Acharia, reached out to me and she said, we want to put together this Diwali party. I didn't know what the scale would be until I actually went to New York about a month and a half before the party. Went to the venue, which was the Pierre Hotel in New York. I started realizing the grandness of what it was going to be and the scale, because they had done Diwali parties in the past at this property, but it wasn't to this level. There were 300 people there, and everyone turned it out like it was the Met Ball of the South Asian community for the Diwali party. It was so incredible. Everyone was in such high spirits and so positive, and there was so much love in the space. It was just spectacular. Going to the design was something that, we talked in detail with the hosts. They wanted to have something just very neutral tones, because the cotillion ballroom at the hotel is very sort of traditional and regal. And we didn't want to add too much color. Diwali is pretty much known to have a lot of color. We wanted to go a little different this time and make it more elegant. We brought in huge trees that were flanking the dance floor. We had a beautiful dance floor wrap with a rangoli pattern, which is very traditional to Diwali. And then the food stations, the food, by the way, the Indian chef that's at the hotel, this was a brand new menu that he rolled out for this specific event. The music was incredible. We had a beautiful dance performance from 9 girls from this particular dance company, the Atma Performing Arts. They kicked off the night, and once they did that, then everyone was on the dance floor.
The presenting sponsors of this Diwali ball,
yes.
Tell us how the origin story happened for you.
Oh, well, it's a great story. First of all, I represent a lot of brands, and the brands that's sponsoring tonight is Chivas Regal. It's a South Indian favorite.
Yeah.
And Chivas on the rock as always. And, celebrating Diwali is about celebrating traditions, celebrating the art and the creativity. And we at Chivas believe that when two people come together, they can celebrate success together.
Yes.
And so we talk about at Chivas, united is the new gold, right? And partnerships happen in all forms and sizes. Could be husband and wife. It could be sisters. It could be mother and daughter. And I'm here tonight with my daughter, Maya. And so it's a wonderful way to celebrate our heritage and our traditions. And Diwali now is becoming almost an American phenomenon, right? Everyone likes to dress up and have fun at Diwali.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. It's amazing how New York City Public Schools have declared it a holiday. Yes. Jennifer Rajkumar, the Assemblywoman, was really spearheading that with Mayor Eric Adams. And I didn't think I would live to see the day.
I know. So, and it's teaching our children, it's teaching everyone our traditions. But we can be an American and we can be an Indian, and it can blend together, and it's fantastic.
Yes. And what about you? What's your favorite kind of element of Diwali?
It's actually interesting at school because I have a lot of American friends who don't something Indian descent that actually want to celebrate Diwali with me and ask you a lot of questions. So I think it's just the light aspect. We like sparklers, like actual, like huge sparklers together, and we just hang out in the courtyard together on campus, and it's really fun.
Yeah, my daughter goes to Arizona State University, and man, do they love to celebrate down there.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I have a show called That's Total Mom Sense, and it's a fun play on words, but as parents, we have a built-in sixth sense, our intuition, and it never steers us wrong when it comes to our kids. I have 3 kids under 6. I'm twins. Yeah, so
identical, fraternal?
Fraternal, a boy and a girl, and then a younger boy. You too?
Yeah, so
I love it. What's it like? Oh my gosh.
It's cool. I mean, he's 9 minutes older. He acts like he's 9 years older sometimes, and that's really fair. But I mean, we have a really special bond, and it's cool being a twin.
Yeah, no, I see them, and it's an inseparable bond. I joke that they went from roommates to roommates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, how true. It's true. It's amazing to see how they grow old and like just look out for each other. I feel like they're gonna be lying for each other and like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have to brace myself.
Well, I have to tell you, congratulations. I only had 2 to deal with. You had more. They outnumber you. So, congrats.
It's a crowd. It's a party. It's Diwali every day. But tell me about a time where you trusted your mom, Sam.
Oh my gosh, I trusted my mom.
Yeah, your intuition.
It's funny because being a CEO of an alcohol company,
Yep.
and drinking responsibly is at the core of what I believe in, our company believes in. We talk a lot about it's not just return on investment, but return on responsibility.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting becoming a CEO as they were becoming of legal drinking age.
Wow.
And the type of, the trust that I put into them, the responsibility that I said, guys, this is important. And we had lots of long talks about this because unfortunately, this is a real issue. And we've got to make sure parents have these conversations with their kids. Just pretending it's not going to happen isn't going to work.
Right.
And we belong to an organization called responsibility.org. And they have all these incredible online tools to help moms and parents help responsible behavior.
Great.
And so it was great to come into this role, use my instincts to figure out how to be a CEO and a mom with twins that are coming into drinking age. And, if you believe and you have the conversations, it works.
That's amazing. And what is a Diwali kind of wish that you have to share with?
I think we're living in a world right now that's really difficult. And at our company, we talk about, our mission is unlocking the magic of human connection. Everybody could just meet one person every day. Maybe they agree with them or they don't, but they create a dialogue.
Yeah.
That's my wish.
That's wonderful. What about you, Maya?
Honestly, as Mom was talking about it, my family and I have been getting closer and closer every year, especially now that we're about to graduate college, and my brother and I are about to become adults now. And then Diwali wish is kind of just to have long moments that we can cherish together, spend more time together every minute, because life is short, and I really cherish the time that I spend with my family. So maybe have more moments like that together. Dive onto the real world and become an adult. Not as wide, but yeah, I do things like that.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm tearing up. Here's some more Diwali moments as family.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I found my family.
I get my own day.
So glad you're here. It's not Diwali without family and Auntie Z.
No. And you go to these parties and do you even know anybody? It's such a relief, right?
Totally.
Because most people here haven't eaten in weeks. They're very thankful. So very nice to meet somebody who's a normal person who smiles and
and will enjoy a samosa or two.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
No judgment.
It is so good to see you. Just seeing you jet set and kind of hit all these milestones is amazing.
Thank you. I haven't been jetting or setting, but the milestones will happen. I believe something will happen.
Yes. Thank you. Tell us what it's like being on tour with Tina and the whole badasses behind SNL.
Listen, first of all, it's a lot of pressure. Because you're talking about people who think comedy just drops out of their head.
Yeah.
And then I have to keep up with that level. But they're such good people. I want to say they're mean bitches, but they're not. They're actually good, decent people. And they're so encouraging and so supportive. It's been the best.
That's great. And they're supportive in the way that they have created space. We've always needed diversity in comedy, not just from a gender standpoint, from, backgrounds and race. And, they're welcoming that.
Of course, absolutely. It's been insane working with them. Nothing short of total madness. That they are we talk jokes together. Who thought? You know what I mean?
Amazing. Amazing. And what are you looking forward to most in celebrating with the kids and Chalab?
Staying away from them. I'm a touring comic, so the best part of my career is that I stay away from my husband and kids. And I'm hoping to do that this Diwali.
I love it. And anything you want to say to the community and your fans here that have just seen you on this journey, and we can't be happier for your success.
I'm so grateful for everything that you've done for me, for laughing with me. And during these impossibly tough times in the world, I encourage you to laugh more. Because the one thing people who laugh don't do is kill other people. And right now, we'll take that.
Yeah,
Right now,
exactly.
but very low. So just keep
Right.
laughing and stay out of trouble.
Thank you. Happy Diwali.
Thank you. Happy Diwali.
I'm with the one and only Nina Dabaluri, who's become a dear friend, and she's a former Miss America. So good to see you.
Likewise, so the baby, such a fun glam night.
Yeah.
Like good energy, good vibes.
Yes. What are some of your Diwali memories?
Oh my gosh, definitely firecrackers, the sparkler, and
Yeah.
growing up in like middle school and high school, and like I was probably one of 7 other Indian families in my community here, and so that was the one time we all got together. Well, many times, but you know that one time that we would do the sparklers and get together and really celebrate. So it's so fun to be here in New York, being able to do the same thing in a much more, I don't know, it's just really incredible to see how more of that like celebrating at home has to now be more celebrated outwardly.
Yes. I'm loving the grandeur. Your outfit, by the way. Oh my gosh. It needs a moment. Please describe.
I was so excited about this. So this is actually my grandmother's sari, and I designed it into the whole number. I knew I wanted, like, I used to look like sexy, but like classy. So I wanted like a high collar with like the little skin. And my headpiece is by Pico Bergani. I actually discovered for brand last year. And when I went to work with them again, they said, we have this one piece. And I said, well, these is modern RHONY. And they're like, we saved it for you. You're a spirit and you can wear the crown.
Yeah, I'm good. Just always wear a crown.
Yeah.
Please. For all of us.
It was fun. It's fun to play.
Yes. And tell me about, when you visited India, she has a groundbreaking film complexion. I'm sure many of you in my audience have seen it. And you touch on colorism and the billion-dollar fairness industry that exists. But barring that, I want to talk about the relationships and the connections that you cultivated when you were there with the girls there. Tell us about it.
It's so special. So we went into all different areas and regions across India, from young kids to elementary school, high school, adults entering career, across all socioeconomic statuses. And my favorite was, I would say, the orphanage that we visited, because there's so much joy in that state of where they're at. And there's also so much pain. And I think the one thing I recognize is that no one's asked them hard questions. And that was across the board for any, person across socioeconomic statuses. No one just asked them how it made them feel if someone called them dark or if someone made a comment, even if as a joke, even in passing. And it was the first time for them to just express their feelings. And some of them now are actually on Instagram.
Oh my goodness. That's so empowering. Wow.
Sent me very nice messages. And so to see that, we live in such a globally connected world. And I always say we're the generation to end colorism and have that opportunity and privilege. So I hope to be doing a small part.
Yes, and they're probably like, Nina Didi, Nina,
Yeah, Nina, let's say up to, I'm also okay with, that's still, yeah.
You're Benin.
I am a Benin because I'm officially embracing Finny status.
Yeah, yes. And what was your Diwali wish, really?
As I was thinking about today, there's so much sadness, but without sadness, you can't have joy. And without hail, you can't have love. And after, I know over and over people say darkness over light over darkness. And yeah, I think that's especially true today. It's just to be able to find the light in whatever way that would spare for you, for yourselves, for your family. Do our small part.
Thank you. I'm with Jessel, and she is one of the New York housewives. Congratulations on all the accolades.
Oh my God, thank you. I don't know. We came out somehow unscathed, but it was tricky for the whole second. So
Yes. So tell me a little bit about Diwali in London, because that's where you go.
Yeah. So actually, Diwali in London was definitely not as grand as this. It was very much around family and dinners, and it's probably about 12 people. It was like 300. And I hated wearing Indian clothes back then because everything was very itchy and ugly. But nonetheless, the memories have, I'll always think of my family when I think of Diwali.
Yeah. And what are the traditions that you're passing on to Kai and Rio now?
It's really hard because, like I said, my family is in London. So Papi and I are trying our best to incorporate things that we've learned as children. I love fireworks, and we used to do it a lot when we were kids. So maybe I'll go to Jersey. I just heard it's legal there.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll pump some fireworks there. I think the food, and they love everything sweet. So that was something that I enjoyed as a kid. Jalebis, gulab jamun. So we'll definitely incorporate some of that into their diet.
Love it. Love it. Yeah. You have to come to Mogul and do all the stuff.
I know. And I'll run by it, and I'll regret everything. But, it's all good.
It's true. My kids, they will live on diamond barfi. And I'm like, you had 7. You're good.
Yeah, you're good, and you're never going to sleep again. Don't stop.
Right. Right. And what has your journey of motherhood been like? There's highs, there's lows, but we're just talking about we're doing it. And we have young kids who look up to us, and it's just the most amazing feeling in the world.
I think the key is you don't really think about it. You just do it. And no matter how tired you are, how, completely shattered, how much work you have going on, you sort of just keep going. And I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. and I was thinking through my day, and I was just like, you know what? We just have to power on. So I think that's the resilience of women as mothers. You just have to give women so much respect for just, kind of getting on with it.
Yes, exactly. And tell us a little bit about the show. I know you can't reveal any spoilers, but
oh, well, yeah. The final episode is actually airing tomorrow. Thank God, it was fine. It's been a really great experience. I think I've made a lot of amazing friends along the way. It's nothing like I've ever done before. So for me, I'm very lucky, I guess, to have gone through this experience and to show our culture and my family on national television. And what a great platform to showcase who we are as Indian.
It's 100% true. I have this show. It's a podcast called That's Total Mom Sense.
Yeah.
And it's just a funny play on words, but I believe we have this intuition. It's this built-in sixth sense that you have to rely on. So what has been a mom sense moment for you?
Oh, it's a good one. One thing that I have started realizing I have the kids is just to follow your gut. And, whether that's about yourself or your children, there's a lot of opinions that float around when you have kids, whether it be from, the grandparents or whoever it may be. You just have to follow and trust your gut.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. Right. There's going to be a lot of noise, and you have to block it out and be like, I know what's up. I'm going to do me 100%. It's so yeah. And what lights you up? It's Diwali. It's a very turbulent time, but I feel like we have to keep moving forward. What's something that you're like, this is giving me that spark that I need?
Honestly, it is being with my kids. I think that, in times like this, to sort of realize how the simple things, we're so lucky to have them. And especially when I look at them, they're safe and at home and in bed right now. And in, stark comparison, there are children out there that don't have that luxury. And so I think, really just having the safety and the warmth of what we have is very ensuring.
Right. Yeah. And if you want to wish the viewers a happy birthday.
Happy Diwali, everyone. Festival of light. Eat lots of food and look your best. And I wish you all the best for you and your family.
Okay, now I'm with someone I've known for 20 years.
Wow.
Wow. If we were to go back to our 20-year-old selves, I would not have thought we'd be celebrating Diwali in a huge New York hotel, right? The grandeur,
even 4 years ago, I couldn't have imagined anything.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's a holiday for New York City schools, thanks to Mayor Eric Adams and Jennifer Rajkumar. What has it been like kind of imparting Diwali traditions to your little ones?
Well, it's been really interesting. It has to start at the family, but now it's been so much easier because there's such a community built around it, at least, here in New York City. And there's all these small businesses creating Diwali-themed toys and gifts for the kids, pajamas. And so it's gotten easier and it's gotten so much more fulfilling.
Yes. Yeah. And what would you say now as a mom? I feel like we're just so acutely aware of our roots and our traditions.
Yeah.
So how is that kind of manifested with your motherhood experience?
I grew up in a very American neighborhood where Diwali was not celebrated. So for me, being able to instill the culture in my daughter means the world to me because I never really got that in my community.
Yeah.
And so my husband and I are doing everything we can to make sure they feel a sense of identity and belonging.
I love it. And how are the girls?
Girls are I love them and I'm so grateful that they are.
What's something they did this week that just surprised you?
Well, actually, when I was getting ready, my daughter, my older one, wanted to put on her fancy sling.
Oh, I love it.
And then was begging the makeup artist to also do
her blush or something. Yeah.
and then she and then she would have like, what I wasn't surprised her. Like,
Yeah, that's so sweet. And speaking of the outfit, you are really looking the part. It's Rani and Raja theme, and you look like a Bollywood heroine, Rani right now. Well, tell us about it.
Okay, so this is Falguni, Anita, and I said a word of ours. Said I just heard this example. I said thank you.
It's great. I love the net. I love the color and the earrings, the little styling. You have to do a spin. You have to. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I love asking, what is something that's lighting you up right now? What are you working on? Any initiatives that's like, this is the spark and fire in my belly that I need?
Oh, yeah, I'm producing and developing a feature film, and I love doing that. I love storytelling. I even love the business side of it. I love the acting component to it. I will be acting as well, and so that kind of stuff feels my soul. Really does.
Yes, and we loved you in Serena and Mount. I feel like that was your first project where it was like you produced it, you helped directed, you were starring in it, and it was a collaborative thing that we saw come to fruition, which is amazing.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, my friend, it was a joint effort. My friend, a writer, director, and we just figured if no one else is doing it, we need to make it happen ourselves. This Diwali, I wish that everyone keeps some light in their heart, even though there's some very dark.
Yeah. Thank you. And this is Kanika from That Total Mom Sense, wishing you all a very happy Diwali.